on, Ethan. I'm your friend.
Ethan Winters. You're gonna need to help me kill that bitch.
Ethan Winters.
Ethan Winters.
I remember when I heard the trailer, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy supposed to be? Because it was just over a microphone. It's like, Ethan Winters. And it's like, what the fuck?
Ethan Winters.
Oh, to kick your ass, Ethan.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host,
Ethan Winters.
James. I call him James. Other people call him Jimmy. It just works like that. A lot of things happen this week.
It's weird. Ethan Winters.
A lot of things happen this week.
Things have happened weekly.
Well, should I go into my thing first or your thing first?
Yeah, it's your show. Go into your thing.
Oh, of course it's my show. I'll do my thing. Apparently, there was a movie that came out that was pretty interesting to me, but it flew under my radar up until I saw the review of it by your one and only Elvis the Alien. And,
you're talking about Army of the Dead. I was like,
not Army of the Dead, but we'll talk about that too later. We'll talk about that too later.
Sweet Tooth, Conjuring, Cruella. Which one is it? I know those three came out like yesterday.
No, something much, much better.
Bo Burnham Inside.
Mainstream. Mainstream is a movie.
Oh, you watched the mainstream movie? Dude,
No,
I love the mainstream movie. It's so... Oh,
I've
man.
I've not watched it.
So
I just know about it.
Great. It's so
Mainstream
weirdly
is a movie starring Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man.
Oh my god, I forgot I still have to edit that episode for
Jake Paul.
Jake
Paul's
Paul's in it.
in it.
It's so wild
He's
because
in
they're
it.
making fun of his character. Exactly.
It's about a movie. It's a movie about YouTubers, pretty much, or being an internet icon. No, what they call it, influencers. Influencers.
Ethan Winters.
Ethan Winters.
YouTube influencer.
Welcome back to the Heisenberg podcast.
Welcome back to How Eisenberg Makes.
Day 37 of hating on Miranda. That bitch has told me to go out and collect some little kid called Rose.
Welcome back to Heisenberg's prank channel. We're gonna prank that freak, whatever his name is, Morono.
That moronic freak.
That moronic freak who can turn into a fish.
Moreau. I never thought you would make it past big bitch and little bitch.
I love how she like immediately dies in the game, and everyone's like, "No, she's coming back. I swear."
Coming back. That's just Mark. Mark is the only one that said that.
Delusional. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. My name is Heisenberg.
That was Markiplier when Heisenberg was yelling at Lady the Mistress. He's like, "This guy bothering you?
Don't be a sore loser."
Don't be a sore loser. Miranda gave him the lead.
All right, let's get back on track, huh? Mainstream. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it, but I heard it's really good.
Edit the episode that it's in.
How do you like it?
It was good and bad for reasons.
It was alright.
Yeah, there was a part in it where there's like a whole section that just repeats itself in editing the moment after it happens.
Yeah.
Or at least on our version, which is happening on two different locations, so it shouldn't be like that. From what I can tell, and it's the digital copy, so it's not like a scratched disc type thing.
Yeah.
Like she walks up the stairs, leave her place, and then she's walking around Andrew Garfield, and it shows him standing there. He's like, psst, like moving his mouth like this while talking with a newspaper. Nothing's happening, but you hear the folding of a newspaper, but it's like out of sync with what he's doing.
Oh shit! I remember that in the review. He talked about that too. Oh my god!
And then he makes the noise and everything, and then it cuts back to the scene and it shows you just what you just saw and everything. You're like, oh no.
Yeah, he was like, there's such a large editing mistake in the movie. It's literally so bad,
and it's the only time it happens, so it's not like it's an intentional thing.
Yeah, that's so weird. How did they not catch that?
I think the movie did a great job.
Just nobody watched it after they finished editing something.
Like, oh my god.
They're like you with the freaking your uploads. Just you take so long to edit, the deadline's coming up, and you're like, I just gotta get it out.
JD, deadlines. It's been 5 weeks.
Oh, my bad.
For the weekly podcast. podcast I still record.
The weekly podcast that you record weekly comes
Here's
out
the
like
thing.
more than monthly. Bi-monthly.
I upload too little and record too much. And here's the thing. In the last recording, I told Joe directly to his face, I was like, I am not going to do any editing for this episode we just recorded because it's just going to be a still frame of Jason Statham from the Wrath of Man movie where his hands are crossed over his chest like this and he's tucked into bed and he's just staring straight up, and it's the most awkward looking but hilarious out of nowhere scene. And it's so
right, you sent that
funny.
image to me and I put some like text over it too.
I sent it to you. I was
Yeah,
like,
what
out
it
of
looks like,
context.
what it looks like to me is like the meme of like the girl like looking like the girl and the dude sleeping in the same bed, the stock image, and the girl's like he's probably thinking about other girls right now. And then the dude's like, if I built a tower in Minecraft, if
Race car backwards is still race car.
race car backwards is still race car. If Viltrumites have if all Viltrumites have strong DNA, are all of them balding? Think about this.
Race car.
Think about this. If Viltrumites have really long lifespans and
It's in the winters.
they age slower as they get older, do they spend most of their life bald?
What is your obsession with Viltrumites being bald? They're not.
I think it's hilarious. They are bald.
No, they're
Or
not.
they are bald or balding.
No.
Most of them, yes. Yes. They are.
It's
100%.
like, there's really only one that's like super prominently bald as like a character in the comics.
No,
The rest
they
just
are
have, like,
bald
shaved-
and they are balding.
The rest just have haircuts like what you got or like what.
No, the rest have
Omni-Man
haircuts that are balding. They have like seriously.
No.
They have like Jason. They have like Jason Statham hair, like
They really
freaking
don't, though.
receding hairline,
JD,
massive,
they don't.
massive foreheadage.
I know how you're basing this completely on like the flashback to Viltrum.
Yeah.
In the one scene where
No,
we see
it's
they
from
look
the
like
comics
here's
too.
the-
In the comics, they're also
No,
bald.
in the comics they're not bald.
They are bald in the comics
there's
too. They are balding
one-
in the comics.
There's one balding guy, and then there's one guy who has a haircut like you. Everybody else has normal hair. There's no one else who's balding.
Sure. Anyway, though, back to mainstream. There's the giant editing mistake. But how would you rate that movie?
Out of 10, I think I think we might have said what the rating was, but I'd give it a solid like 7.5.
Out of 10? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know,
Nice.
it really handled the topic of like toxic YouTubers and everything
Yeah.
very perfectly.
Oh yeah.
And it really made me sympathize with one character and hate everyone else. Because
all
everyone
of them are
else is a
assholes.
piece of shit.
Because you know.
the girl, horrible. Continued to allow Andrew Garfield to be a piece of shit. Andrew Garfield lied about who he was and like
He's a
made
piece of
girl
shit.
kill herself. And then you had the guy from Death Note, and he was the only good guy.
Wait, wasn't it in the movie where like, oh crap, I remember this now. It's like Andrew Garfield. Not only did he lie about where he came from, but also he's like spouting this idea that like he hates phones or something, right?
Mhm.
Or at least maybe he's pretending that he doesn't like phones.
Oh my god!
And he's
we talked
spouting
about
this like, I hate phones, hate technology, get off the internet. But he becomes an internet star. That's like
And
super
that's the
funny,
thing.
right?
He also like immediately, like in a scene later, me and Joe like latched onto it. He's just constantly wearing an AirPod throughout the entire scene while being on his phone. And we're like, he's relapsed on his character. We've called him for what he is.
Look, this is what you've done. Look at what they did to my boy.
Look how far you've fallen, Mark.
Mark. Think, Mark, think. What
Think,
will you have after 500 years?
I'll still have you dead.
What I'll freaking edit that scene so that's like, what will you have? And it's just, think, Mark, think. It snap cuts to him. I replace his head with the head from the scene where it's like,
What will you have after 500 years? I'll still have you dead.
Omni-Man's the ones, God damn it, that's hilarious. But yeah, not only that, like there's a scene where Andrew Garfield, so he gets like exposed, And
Yeah.
while he's getting canceled, he does like a speech where the speech is basically like, listen, I'm not the one at fault. It's your fault.
Yeah,
And then
dude.
everyone's like,
Oh,
whoa, let's
literally the
go.
ending scene of the movie. JD, that's literally the ending scene. And
Oh
I
yeah,
brought
and then
up
it
to
just
Joe.
cuts off. It just ends.
Oh yeah. No, I told Joe moments before. I'm like, we haven't seen the scene in the poster and like in all the trailers, like their money shot of like him turning for all the glitter on his face, just like doing that face and everything. I told Joe, like, we haven't seen the whole movie. When is it gonna come? And Joe just kind of looked at me and smiled. I'm like, that's gonna be the ending shot. And isn't he just slowly starts nodding? I look back and
That's
then it's
it.
everyone cheering and like recording him, and then he turns and does the face, and I'm like, yeah.
No, it's
I
like
was
you
so
you were the one who
happy.
were like, when are they gonna do the face thing? And then Joe's like,
It's oh.
he does the look at you.
That was exactly what it was like. I was like, I called it. I've done it.
That's the
I
ending scene.
mainstream.
That's the ending scene, James. You know it.
No, dude, they had
That's the
a
ending
game show thing, and me and Joe talked about the logistics of it. They shouldn't do it as a constant being like that's the thing they upload.
Yeah.
We talked about it. It's like, you know, College Humor has a version of that where they did like the Game Changer show, which the game changes every show. They had a
Yeah.
version of it. How much money would you spend to do this very embarrassing thing and stuff?
Mhm.
And it got really far down, but that was one time, and then they like kept changing the game. They kept doing it night after night, and it's like you can't keep a consistent fan base doing that. Yeah, spice it up.
One dude's gonna be watching like, oh man, I love this one game show. And then the next day he's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand it now. Thanks for explaining it to me.
think, man,
Think, dude, think.
think, man, think.
Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it, and I really find it funny that Jake Paul shows up.
Jake
and
Paul's in there.
playing himself as Andrew Garfield is playing a
I
caricature.
never
of
thought I
Jake
would see
Paul.
Jake Paul and Andrew Garfield sitting in the same room. But apparently
And the
there is.
funniest thing is that Andrew Garfield's like, okay, explain everyone to me. And it's like, that's probably a real thing he would do, though. It's like, he doesn't know what he's fucking
He doesn't
YouTubers.
care. He doesn't care. Why would he care?
That was probably him actually learning in the moment who they all were, and they just recorded it.
So I'm Jake Paul. I'm a boxer and professional. I knocked out a professional boxer just last week. You see that?
Well,
It was all
what
over the
box-
news. I'm super famous. Did I still mention I was a boxer?
What boxer did you knock out, man? Oh, wait,
His
sorry.
name was,
Andrew
I
Garfield.
don't remember his name, dude.
What boxer you punch out? I'm Andrew
What boxer
Garfield.
what boxer you knock out, mate? He got knockers down to the boxer,
What's
mate.
he knocked out? Mate. What box you knocked
Yeah,
mate?
wasn't it like Johnny Knoxville too? A bunch of other like YouTubers.
Yeah, Johnny Knoxville was playing like a podcast / YouTube live streaming host.
Yeah.
He was not
Wasn't
named
he the one
Johnny-
who was like, so you don't like phones, but you're a YouTuber or whatever?
He calls him on a shit. He's like, so you don't like phones, but you're a YouTuber? And Andrew Garfield's like, I just, my friend got me into it and everything. He's like, but you're a piece of shit, right? We have.
I'm
the
so
video to
tired of
prove it."
carving out my own way.
Yeah, your own way.
You go, girl.
You go, girl. But yeah, it was a great movie. I suggest anyone watches it. It's a modernization of a movie that came before it. It's where it's like the it's an iconic scene that got memed a lot, and I didn't know it's where it came from until Joe showed me the trailer. But it's like this guy who's like yelling, "I've gone mad and I won't have it anymore." Like he's leaning his head out the window and everything. And I've seen it used in like the compilation with like the "It's my money and I want it now" type
Oh.
of meme.
Uh-huh.
It's really that, but the movie, I can't remember what the line is for the life of me, and I can't remember the movie name, and it's freaking me out. But it's literally a modernized version of it,
Yeah.
all the way up till the ending, and how every like plot beat works too. It's just the YouTuber version. It's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
It's
Hey
really
man,
interesting.
if the formula ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess.
Unless it is broke,
But then
then
fix
still
it.
don't fix it.
Then
Just
fix it.
sweep it. No, just kind of like use your foot to kind of push it.
Get
under
a
the
little
foot.
saliva on your saliva on your fingers. Rub in there you go, fixed.
Just rub that grind off.
Get that grab right off.
Just
Yeah,
get a
spray
broom,
that
just-
round. Spray that just
It's
round.
It's no longer
And you'll get that
It's not your
bucket
work.
back that you destroyed. You'll get that back.
back. Get that bucket back is shut. You get it back.
I occasionally just rewatch that video because it's just such a banger. I can't
I've
believe
been
it has so many views on it. Why does that have so many views?
Because it's a great video.
It's an amazing video, but like it's about flex tape. Who the fuck is? Why is YouTube recommending flex tape?
Dude, my fucking YouTube recommended is so broken. It's not
Yeah.
even of things I watch anymore. Like I'll accidentally clip on like an anime clip because there's like 100 of them.
Yeah.
And they're like packed and you're on your phone. It just like you'll
And then
accidentally
YouTube's like target spotted.
yeah, no, and it's like okay, I quickly close out of it and I just start going for the stuff I'm actually looking for, and then like it'll like it refreshes itself. By the way, like if I close the app for a second then reopen it, it's already refreshed the front page, even if I was just in the middle of watching something.
Yeah, yeah.
And it'll be like, hey, here's 80 things you don't want to fucking watch.
It's like
Dick.
a page.
recommended.
It's sometimes they nail it. It's like a page full of videos that you want to watch like one by one down the road, and you're like, oh
yeah,
shit, this is awesome, super interesting. You click on one, and you're like, and you watch it, you're like, oh yeah, that's good, and then you go back and it refreshes, and it's just like, no.
I've learned to stop clicking, and I just do I no longer left click when I do it. I right click and then I go like the open a new tab so I can keep the list.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm on my computer, and it's like big brain time.
I'm becoming Zoomer.
No. What's he doing? He's learning.
He's adapting.
We start to de-age, my beard just starts going away.
Freaking Shin Godzilla, like, what's he doing? He's evolving. Evolving in real time. Okay,
hurt my
well,
neck.
speaking of movies, I also saw a review a critical review of Zack. Are you right?
I hurt my neck doing that.
You just-
I don't know if you
What?
could hear me when I was doing it. I was making a noise like I was doing a quiet version of
Hurt your
that.
neck.
Like kind of like straining, or like shaking my head slightly while like holding my fingers up, and I was like,
And that hurt your neck?
Yeah, the moment I stopped, I felt like the back of my neck pop, and I'm like, I'm an old man.
Arthritis.
Fuck.
It's like that freaking. It's the Cold Ones skit where they're trying to sell like this rotated like this circular knife, and it's like oh it's super easy to use. Old people can use it, and then it just snap cuts to a lady like I have arthritis. So funny. Osteoporosis. So yeah, Zack
got-
Snyder's movie Army of the Dead. Pretty sure it's a
Hell
Netflix
yeah.
movie.
It is.
Netflix
And it's
movie
also in theaters.
entirely done by Zack Snyder, directed by him, produced by him, written by him.
Written by him.
And then the critical reviewer was like, "I love Zack Snyder, love his other movies. The 300 is great, a lot of style, but this movie, this movie's a doozy."
Charlie.
No, Filmento.
Oh, I thought I heard
Filmento.
critical. I'm like, yeah, I only know
No,
one
a
critical.
critical review, as in like,
Critical
critical as in adjective, not a noun. Not a noun.
Fingers as in
referring
noun.
to
Fingers as in
referring to
verb.
Charlie.
Skin
No.
as in noun. Skin as in verb.
So I know what the story is, and so far it's been pretty funny. It looks
It's
good.
it's a wild fucking story, and I
looks
cannot
crazy.
wait for the anime prequel
What?
and the live action sequel. Oh my god.
It's already live action. This is another. So they're planning for Army of the Dead 2, which is going to be in our live action, and then a prequel, which is going to be animated.
Animated, and I hope they use the same studio that did Castlevania,
Yeah.
because my god, it would work just hand in hand. But dude, they gotta answer some fucking questions, hopefully, because they've built so much with this movie. Like,
There's a lot of stuff in this movie.
There's so much that happened in it. It's like time travel, aliens, robot zombies, alien zombies,
Zombies that can think by themselves.
the alpha zombies.
Alpha zombies. Dave Bautista.
Zombies that can reproduce. Glowing baby.
Queen zombie that runs away in that one scene for weirdly longer than this should have ran for. You know, there's one scene that the critical review guy kept playing over and over again. That's like, this is so stupid, where it's the one where they're dragging away like the human dude who's used like as a sacrifice or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like the queen zombie or whatever, the girl zombie, just like screams at them from a distance, and it's like super zoomed back, so it's like a super wide angle of just like you see her in the distance, just ah, and then like she hops on down, she runs away with like her arms behind her back like a freaking Titan from Attack on Titan.
I watched this movie like 2.5 times now. I don't remember the scene.
That scene looks so
I
bad.
know.
It's so funny. It looks it looks so bad, but it's hilarious. I love that.
I also did miss the aliens in my first watch of it. And
I did not even know they were aliens.
Dude, in the first scene of it, they're at Area 51 here in Vegas.
Yeah, it takes place in Vegas, so hey, shout out. That's where we are.
Hey, shout out.
Shout out to my boy vegans. My Las Vegans.
I've told people about, like, whenever I talk about Las Vegas residents, I call them vegans, and I'm like, do people understand what I mean?
No, you're
when
supposed to
I
call
say
them
that?
vegans, man.
Well, of course, but I mean, like,
Las Vegans.
through text message when I say,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's like,
You
it's
have to
lost in
include the Las
translation.
in front of it.
Right. Las Vegans.
Las Vegans.
Viva
And
Las
Spanish people
Vegas.
be like, what the fuck?
¿Qué cosa?
¿Qué?
¿Qué? La biblioteca?
Nah, they'll probably be
I
like,
don't know
bruh.
any words. Bruh.
No, not bruh, it's brah?
Bruh?
Bruh?
It's the U with the squiggly line. Bruh.
Bruh?
But
They roll the
yeah,
R.
there's two like lights in the sky as they exit Area 51. In the moment the
And
truck
those ain't
carrying
planes.
the alpha zombie. No, I thought I didn't even notice them, and I didn't even notice what they did. And it's like it's so obvious now when I rewatched it. But
Really?
like after the alpha zombie leaves the base, the two lights just fucking shoot off past camera, and it's like whoa,
That's
whoa,
a shooting
hold
star.
on. No, because they're staying still, like not moving.
So it's
Two
just
lights right next to each other. Moment leaves, they like take a second, and you like kind of hear like the, and you just like they both individually, which is just. And it's like it's never talked about again. It's never talked about.
oh, so there's aliens in the movie and they just never address it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody
And then
addresses
it's
it.
like, so did the aliens make the zombies? Why is there a glowing baby? Why are there
I'll
zombies?
tell
that
you
are
why there's
robots?
aliens in the movie, James. It's because Zack Snyder was like, "What if we put aliens in this movie?" And then he looks around like, "Huh, huh?" And then like it's just an empty ballroom because he's the only one in there, and it's just that's
No,
a
it's
great
him.
idea, Zack. And he points to, like
His wife-
nobody.
It's his wife, Deborah Snyder, and she's like, Zack Snyder, you've done it again.
Slow clap, just
No,
nice.
I think it's very interesting because he does want to make like his own world with this and everything, and I think it's very if he doesn't just go batshit crazy.
I love seeing
in
people
the
rip apart
sequel.
Zack Snyder movies. It's so good.
Mm. My brother
So
really
good.
tried to get me angry when we did the review of it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Come on, Jim. I know you want to get angry." I'm like, "Joe, you've tried goading me about every Zack Snyder movie there is. Why do you
I've
think this is gonna
become
work?"
as
He's like,
zen as
"I
Zack Snyder
think-
is when he's making movies. I've achieved enlightenment. Just like the Dr. Fate, just hand signs.
Oh, this.
Yeah, but so can I say a couple things about the movie which I thought was pretty funny.
yeah.
Was that so the whole motivation of like the main character, right, is that this rich Japanese guy comes in and he's like, hey,
Scorpion from the Mortal Kombat movie.
Scorpion comes in, he's like, hey, listen, they got a lot of money in Vegas. I want it. You go out there, get me some money. And then so then Dave Bautista's like, okay. And then so he goes out and then he takes his daughter with him. Or I guess
Hold
his
on.
daughter was like,
No, hold on. First, he was like, "I don't want to do that. That's stupid." And then he's like, "I don't want to fucking live at this place. I live horrible. My life's fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it." And then he's like, he
Yeah.
talks to his mechanic friend, and he's like, "If we could make $200 million right now by just walking into Vegas, getting it, and leaving, what would you say?" She's like, "Do you see where I'm working? I've got a fucking engineering
oh, right.
degree.
He
Hell
goes out
yeah."
and collects everybody and everyone's just like, hell yeah, science. Science, yes.
Magnets, bitch.
that's what
No, and
they're
then
like.
it's like,
Yeah.
then they got the whole team up scene where they meet up with the
But the whole
buzzsaw
point is that
guy.
don't you get like a flashback scene of like Vegas getting run over by like a bunch of zombies getting taken over?
Yeah, in the
Like it
very
just
first
becomes like an
scene, right after
apocalypse, right?
yeah, right after the zombie kills all the military guys,
Yeah.
they like stand over Vegas, but it's like
So it's
also not
established that
exactly.
Vegas is like hell,
Hold on,
pretty much.
I gotta bring this up because it's
Yeah.
like while they do have the strip like photorealistic, like it's all like perfectly recreated, they don't understand that that itself is not Vegas. That's the
They think that
strip.
Vegas equals strip.
Right. And me and Joe, we were like, they go to the suburbs in one part. I'm like, I recognize that. I've seen that in Vegas because
That's
I've
my
worked in
house.
areas. No, I was like, I've worked in areas like that. I know that area. That looks like a Las Vegas suburban recreational area. Not
Snap cut to
recreational.
the strip.
And then it cuts back to the strip, and I'm like, it's Vegas, but it's like there's more. There's stuff
I
outside of
mean,
it.
it's Vegas, and like, yeah, how the strip
Vegas.
is famous. It's a famous tourist spot, but like, is that all of Vegas? Trust me though,
No, but
any area that's not the strip in Vegas is boring as hell anyway. So whatever.
I don't know, man. Where I'm at.
Don't pretend like you live in
Las
a
Vegas,
fucking
man.
balling neighborhood full
Oh,
of golf courses and freaking hydrodynamic parks.
I would never live in a place that had like a golf course attached to it because
Why
I
not?
fucking hate golf. It's so pointless and boring.
You can
And it's
watch
like,
them play golf though.
but it's so big and it takes up so much space and it's just nothing. It's just so much.
Takes up so much
nothing.
space, and there's like maybe 2 people playing golf at one time.
No, there's so many old people playing golf, and that's the only fucking reason it's here. I can never just want to get into golf. Like even as a kid, one of the coaches from my football team brought like a golf
Club.
fucking his golf bag and everything, and like we were messing around with it. And, like I hit the ball and I was like just kind of sitting there for a second, like this is boring.
I played golf once, but it wasn't
It
normal
took
golf.
1 second.
It was the practice swing golf, and that's a little bit better just because you get to hit balls over and over again. But
Mini golf is fun because
Mini golf
it's
is pretty
dumb.
good. Yeah.
But then like real golf, it's like you can't do anything to mess me up or I want to kick your ass, and it's like, oh,
See,
okay.
frisbee golf is where it's at. There's a frisbee golf that's built
What?
into a park. See, that's big brain.
What?
What?
What? What? What?
What? What? You what?
What?
Anyway, back on track.
Yeah, dude.
So-
The opening scene was great. I
Let
really
me.
loved.
Okay,
Like,
we'll have spoilers for this, but I don't think you'll care about watching Army of the Dead. You can watch it right now if you don't want. If you care about spoilers, but so the whole point of them going to Vegas is because they want to get the money for the
$200
Japanese guy and get
million
paid.
that are- yeah,
Yes.
$200 million.
And then like they get betrayed at one point, I think.
yeah,
And then the dude betrays him, and he's like, his real objective was the queen zombie's head. And then the dude, the critical review guy's like, okay, hold up.
originally he was just gonna get a vial of her blood and everything. He's like, well, you know what? Since I can just do is he pulls out a garrote wire and just cuts her head off and sticks in his bag. He's like, we can make more zombies, a whole fucking army for ourselves and everything.
Super soldier zombies.
I mean, hey, Invincible
Yeah.
did it.
Hey, yeah, they did.
Invincible did the exact same thing.
But like, so like, he betrays them, and he's like, oh, the whole point was to
He
get the
looks
queen
exactly like
zombie at first. And then
He
the
looks
critical
and
film guy, yeah, the critical film guy is like, okay, if the whole point was to get the queen zombie first, why not just hire them to get the queen zombie? And also, did he really need to betray them? Because they were going to get the money anyway. They were going to deliver the thing to the supplier anyway. There's like
he was
there's no
going
point
to-
there's no point for the betrayal, except Zack Snyder wanted that cool scene of the zombies coming in through the vault, getting shot. That shit
The
cool.
reason that he like did like lock him in and everything is because he was gonna like leave with them and everything. But then the moment like the zombies started breaking into where they were and stuff, he was like, well, I've already got what's more valuable. Originally, he was just gonna be like, here's your guys' pay, and this is what we're taking. You just keep the rest of the money.
Even though they
now
were
it was, like-
basically out, and he could have closed it after.
well, no, yeah. The thing is, like, if he closes it now, he has a chance to get out for him. You know, they get eaten by zombies, distract them all and stuff, and he can just get out this patch, this like hole and everything that they can't get to, and then he gets to the top and everything, then gets attacked by a tiger.
But they still lose the money, the thing that isn't the
Yeah, because
more
most-
valuable thing.
The money get.
So I'm getting a
No, you
scam call.
Oh, I thought you stared
That's what
into
it
the
was.
camera and like trying to like get
Well,
me.
yeah, I am staring at the camera because I was looking at who's calling me.
You just fucking, to me, it's like you're just like, you know, they still did get the money.
It wasn't that freaking. It wasn't that pronounced. I just took a glance over. I was like, I wasn't like just talking like this and then.
Exactly what it was like. That you were just sitting there, just like talking and everything. Like, yeah, you know, they're just.
God damn. Yeah, but continue.
Everything in their life is just, hey man, how you doing?
Yeah, but anyway, though,
really
I would probably watch
an
that movie
audio
if I have
podcast.
time. It looks like a really fun movie. So
It's a great fun movie. The opening is honestly the greatest scene because of how just fun it is, and just the greatest part of it is the military guy who's just losing his shit while like being surrounded by zombies. You can see him just fucking yelling on the phone like, "Get us the fuck out of here!" Pulls out his gun, just fucking blows the brains out of one of his soldiers. Picks up a fucking 50 caliber, just.
It's just like. It reminds me of the Batman scene where he's like looking into the case. It's the fake kryptonite green light, and he's like,
"Oh my
no!"
God.
And then he grabs his gun and starts killing stuff.
Like it felt so much like that if they let that scene be fully rated R.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Gave him that blood splatters and stuff, blew the brains out of a fucking soldier, picked up 50 cal, just fucking pulled that smoke grenade, and it's like this awesome visual of just all these zombies just pyramiding up to him as he's holding the smoke grenade.
Like World War Z zombies.
Yeah, dude.
Climbing over each other.
But it was this great like wide slow motion shot of them like all coming up and like tearing them apart.
Yeah.
And then fucking
It
blowing
reminds
up
me of
the
the
whole
end scene of the one where he's like, I am Eula. I will be the one. And then it wide shot slow-mos. It wide zooms out slow-mos and it's the pyramid.
Oh,
all the
man.
prisoners are climbing up to try to fight him for some reason.
Because JD, there can be only one.
I will be the one.
World, in prison dimension.
I am Eula. I am nobody's bitch.
What if? Oh my God! What if Surfer Jet Li came from the prison dimension?
Surfer
They
Jet Li
never
was a
said what
prisoner the
dimension he came
entire
from.
time. There probably was a Jet Li in the prisoner dimension.
Probably, yeah. You lost.
Yeah. I love that move that he does. It's so good.
So great. Okay. You got any other topics?
Other than that, it might take a while to talk about the other one. Do you have anything you want to talk about then? Go ahead.
Yeah. Critical Role just finished up their 3-year-long campaign.
Right. The campaign that started in 2018.
Yeah, January 15th, 2018. Literally at the beginning of that year and everything, it has been going on all the way up until like 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a 7-hour-long live stream broadcast of it.
And so what was it? Just like a D&D game, but super long?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's been a D&D campaign that's had all these like stories and stuff happening throughout it. In universe, it wasn't 3 years long, obviously, because you know, like every adventure is like happening right after each other and stuff.
Yeah.
So like in reality, I think it was only like they had met the newest guy like a couple episodes ago. They like called it out, like they just like timestamped it. It's like they'd only known him for 6 months, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy's been in it for like 2 years though.
My God.
And it's like, oh my God, 6 months is only 2 years and
I
everything.
can't
So it's
believe that they can have so much content to last them that long. Jesus, they must have some pretty big brains. Jesus.
Yes, they have a DM who actually knows how to DM the game, which is why that one continued and ours stopped for now.
Maybe you just weren't aggressive enough, James. It wasn't aggressive
you're
DMing
right.
enough.
I should just be attacking you guys.
And you little beta, dude. You beta just letting us do whatever we want. What are you, a fool? Huh?
No,
I bet you love seeing your favorite creations die to our hands.
Yes, my favorite creation.
I could have killed Butterbeef if I wanted to. We could have straight up murdered him.
I'm not lying when I say like he probably, if I did just like actually put his hit points into like a numerical amount, he probably has like 12 or something. You
So
guys
Jimmy
just don't
Dago
like one
numbers.
hit. Dude, Jimmy Dago goes on a murdering spree. You gotta explain that
Oh,
tonal
fuck,
shift.
I forgot that I had like 8 hit points. I could get one shot by stuff. That shit is disgusting.
Clarence Butterbean could kick your ass.
No, no, no.
One blunt object hit would probably kill you.
I remember getting hit once and like almost dying.
Dude, that was so insane when the first episode you almost died.
No, it wasn't even an enemy that hit me. It was because someone else, one of our teammates rolled like a shitty number and it missed.
It was because Abel was trying to like, I think, hit the guy that was like next to you.
He was trying to hit the guy who grappled me.
Yeah, grappled you, and he ended up hitting you, and it's like he almost.
I think he rolled, yeah, he rolled a 1, and then he so it hit me, and then it almost killed me. It did like 6 damage, so I had 2 health left.
And while you were still grappled, I threw a blind guy at the time, threw a fucking tomahawk.
Yeah.
And had the opportunity to miss and just kill you then and there.
Yeah, you fucker.
But I didn't.
You didn't
because
miss.
Renegade is fucking badass.
Because he comes through when he's a reliable dude. I
don't
remember
know,
in that first encounter, that first fight, I don't think I had a single move. I don't think I did anything.
You were immediately grappled.
I was immediately grappled, and it took the entire fight to get that guy off me.
HAD. That was a miniature version of what it was like for me. Having to wait the entire first episode to be introduced.
Yeah, well, at least you weren't getting shit on the entire time. You weren't even there. You were just chilling. Me, I have to sit through. I have to sit through one of my creations getting fucking manhandled.
The moment Tanya joined the game, all Renegade did was get bullied by a child.
Renegade was getting bullied since he joined by everybody.
Nothing too. He's like, I'm gonna help you guys survive and everything because this is a really shitty place. And you're like, fuck you.
That's a weird blindfold you got. It's not a blindfold, it's a mask.
Not a blind. Yeah, I was like, it's not a blind. You guys were so fucking persistent about that. That video still has so many views.
I haven't checked up on it, but it probably has like over 1,000 something views now. It's so funny. I mean, it's such a good moment because it's so the improv on it was really funny. Improv on it was really funny.
I think my favorite moment was Gabe yelling, "You have to pay child support."
Was that in that clip? I don't think that was in that clip, right?
Not that clip, but my favorite moment from the first episode was Gabe freaking out about the child support, and I still had just completely missed that conversation. Unaware, and just heard Gabe yell, "You have to pay child support."
I love that blindfold conversation or that blindfold argument because we kept trying to hammer it in that it's a blindfold.
And I literally had a physical copy of the mask too, which was the thing. It was like, I have the physical mask, which it was.
I think there was one point where we made like this terrible logic jump just to try and get you to be more angry. Whereas like where it's like, oh yeah, my eyes are red, and it's like, what? You have like a glass-like substance on your eyes?
Yeah,
it's
I was like trying to describe it as like, okay, so to not just give away why his eyes are like this, they basically look glass-like, as if it was like just red glass. You're like, oh, your eyes are red glass.
Before that, it was like,
no.
Before that, I was like, well, how can you tell your eyes are closed? And he's like, no, his eyes are not closed. Like, what? What do you mean?
God, that was the thing that annoyed me. You guys were like, his eyes closed. I'm like,
he's
what?
sleeping. He's sleeping. He's like, no, you're like, no, his eyes are open. His eyes are always open. And then I was like, wait, so how does he sleep then? He sleeps with eyes open? You're like, you fuckers.
It was amazing.
God, it's so good.
That's why I want to come back, is because of that moment is still
because of
so
moments
funny
like that. Moments
now.
like that are so funny.
It's literally been like a year. I think I checked the audio file and it's been like a year.
I think it's been almost a year. Yeah.
I think in like
in August it'll be a
year.
August, I think, is when we started that.
Me and Joe started recording this in September.
Oh, nice.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
we're encroaching on our year anniversary too.
Dude, holy shit. A year of doing this, it's been great.
I mean, at least you get maybe 1 to 1.5 hours of just talking about whatever the fuck you want to talk about every week. And that's it.
But after 3 years, Critical Role has finally come to its end for its second campaign. And while that is true, Matt Mercer, the DM, has said that this group of characters, it is not going to be their final appearance. That they are going to have more stuff going on. So what I think means is that, which was the same for their first campaign, the group of characters with that, we might be getting some comics based off of either the continuation or the prequel adventures of this group.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
And I'm very hoping that they're going to do a third campaign.
They're probably going to do a third campaign.
Most definitely.
Right? Most probably. I mean, like, it's so popular, right? That they gotta do it. They gotta do it.
Right. They're also like super popular voice actors, so it's not like
they
like,
probably like it too, right? Probably like doing it if they were doing it for 3 years. More than that, probably. D&D.
It's so great because in their first episode, one of them like did this super voice that was like, and I'm just it's like he looked around the table, he was like, I'm gonna have to do that for the next like couple years.
Let's lock it in 3 years. Okay.
He had the realization in that moment that he was gonna have to do that voice for like.
Can I redo that voice? No, you're sticking with that voice.
He was like, and that's the voice I'm going to continue to do now, motherfuckers.
That's great.
Yeah, man, that's why I want to go back, is because I've been just, whenever I'm in the car, I'll just like hear something or just think of something, then I'll just start mimicking the voice just jokingly. I'm like, that would be a good D&D character voice, and I'll be like, I want to start that up again. It just gives me that like a bad rabbit hole.
If we ever do the one where I'm the one DMing like a one shot or something.
Oh my god, it was Baby Brooklyn. I forgot.
No, it's not Baby. We're not doing Baby Brooklyn still. Well, I mean, the deal still hasn't been fulfilled. So, like my predictions usually go. I don't think we're not gonna do Baby Brooklyn, but when I do DM, I'll just do the Heisenberg voice the entire time. Just welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Resident Evil
to the one
village.
shot.
One shot.
Welcome to the village in the middle of nowhere. You're trying to fight this bitch named
I was gonna say
Michelle.
Welcome to the village in the middle of Europe. You find
We're
yourself
European
in the castle of some big bitch.
You're gonna have to fight your way through these piles of bitches. The way he says "bitch" is so funny, because he says it's so much like emphasis on the "buh." Bitch.
Bitch.
Why don't you go over there and kiss that bitch?
Bitch.
And that moronic freak.
Moronic freak. Oh my god, dude!
Yeah, that's the voice I'm gonna do.
I can't wait to bring back the characters from the Mountain of Wishes, the surviving characters.
Are you gonna have anybody new in the group too, or is it just gonna be only the original?
I'm trying to get new people in because I don't think we're gonna be able to get Josh to come back.
Are we gonna do this like in person now? Because
I would love. I have a big table in this giant area in the living room.
Is that the perfect table for the power hour? It's a really
perfect table for. Yeah, oh my god, if I cleaned and everything, like got it like very nice and spiffy, you know, threw like a little buffer onto it because
I was about to talk about that. That's the next topic.
But I think Power Hour and Dungeons and Dragons would be perfect for it.
Yeah. Okay, you know, so
if I can get it, yeah, I would like that to be the place where we do it in person.
Nice. So I got my second vaccine shot. I don't know if I haven't said that on the podcast yet. But
no, I think you brought it up on stream first.
Yes, basically, I got the shot, right?
By the way, check out JD's streams because he does it way more frequently than anyone else.
By anyone else, you mean you, James. You.
What?
And even with my slowed down YouTube upload schedule, I still upload more than you.
Hell yeah.
Much more.
Hell yeah.
Even with these podcasts, but.
Ooh, me?
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 Come on in, Ethan. It's not a trap.
Hello, Ethan.
I swear.
Me? It's not a trap. Just sit on the edge of this room. Sit in this chair that's next to an open hole where you hear weird noises. Oh, shut it down.
Shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Oh my god, he's so... Get it. It's the most like...
It's so awkward, man. What the heck?
It's just... Oh, shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Would you shut the fuck up? Sorry.
I think that's the name. I think that's the voice I'm totally gonna do for your arch enemy in the.
Oh fuck! Of course he's the freaking, because he sounds pretentious. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like he's super. He thinks he's really smart.
I was trying to think of like, okay, what would be the perfect voice for this like really awesome looking guy? And I'm like, oh hell
Well,
yeah,
well, well.
Heisenberg.
Jimmy Dango.
You're gonna. Oh my god, you already know what his first line was gonna be. JD,
We meet again.
You are gonna be the only person in the group who immediately knows who the character is.
Jimmy Dango.
I'm not gonna introduce him by face. It's gonna be by voice, and then you see him, and it's gonna be, of course, only you will get.
It's gonna be Markiplier, the exact replica look of Markiplier.
That's what he looks like under the skeleton mask. He looks like Markiplier. Hello, everybody.
So, because I got my second shot, James, honestly, I'll tell you this right now. It was pretty good, easy, simple. I had no side effects. I've heard horror stories from my other friends, including you, about bad things happening.
My arm just really hurt, and then like I had to take some Advil because like it kind of started affecting like me while I was at work. But other than that, I didn't get like sick like my dad and sister did.
Yeah,
or,
so
like, my
apparently
brother
some people just have worse side effects than
I'm just
normal.
built different.
We're just built different.
Built better.
Listen, Ethan, I'm just built different.
And you don't get it. I'm just built different.
He starts like turning into the giant like metal monster. Anyway, so yeah, well, actually there was one thing that I experienced is that we drove out to my school to get the shot, and then we drove back, and that took like maybe 30 minutes. The drive takes 30 minutes. And when we got back, I realized that my shoulder was kind of sore, and I was like, oh, it's already kicking in. I look in the mirror, right, James? And my shoulder's swollen as fuck. It looks like I just got through. It looks like I just did a sick shoulder day. I had a giant pump. Yeah, I took a picture of it. Huh?
Oh, I have to see this picture then.
I'll let you see this picture because this picture,
like the effect of it.
Yeah, it made my shoulder swell up like a bunch.
Weird.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'm not allergic to it. That's not an allergic reaction, I don't think. So, yeah, it happened the first time I got the shot too. But so it just swells up, and then it's sore for like the next couple days, and that's it. I don't get any other side effects. I know my other friend got like he got sick. He got chills. He was like hallucinating or something.
What?
No, it wasn't hallucinating. It was something else, like headaches. I think a lot of headaches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, it's horrible. You're gonna, and you said your shoulder swelled up. You're gonna have a fun time, and I'm like, no, I'll probably be fine.
That'd be great.
Yeah, my parents who got the shots, I don't know what's with them, but they have no side effects. Like nothing happened. Not like their shoulder didn't hurt at all. They didn't swell up, didn't hurt at all. There's just nothing. And I'm like, what the heck? It might be. I have a theory. It might be because my parents are like weak. Physically, like their immune systems are just weaker, so they don't have a serious reaction to it. No, I think it's because because my mother's kind of fat. When she got like shot on her arm,
you're on blast.
She got shot on her arm, and I guess it just all goes into like her fat or something, and so there's like no reaction happening there. But because the shot goes straight into like my muscle where all like the nerves are. I'm like,
yeah, JD, you're
getting hurt, you know.
Huge muscle.
Well, I mean, I not huge muscles, just low body fat percentage, so it goes straight into my fibers.
I didn't realize how much muscle Charlie had.
Charlie has some good muscle on him. He has some decent muscle mass.
I thought the thumbnail was like photoshopped, and then it got to the point in the video where he's like, and then I wasn't like muscular, and then he just flexes and like puts his arm down, like whoa,
where did that come from?
You don't get to just fucking rip out just two giant arms and then just put them away as if you got like little meek arms again.
I get that it's America, but man, put your guns away, dude.
Holy shit.
So yeah. Anyway, that's not the point of it though. I got my second shot. You know what that means? That means the power hour is happening.
Power hour.
So the brown shower power hour, it is happening. Soon. Maybe.
Soon.
I wanted to just talk about some ideas that were going to happen. So one idea for sure is a bit where, what was it? You were talking about, I remember I had to pull up the clip of it. I'll probably pull up a clip. I'll have to look back to see where we talk about the human tasting burger, human beat burger.
We had gone to this place called Tom's Burgers here and everything. And my brother, he was like, there's no way this meat can be this cheap. it's gotta be human. And I was like, aha, funny. And then he keeps bringing it up every time we fucking get the food too.
No, I think
It's
the
just
original thing was like, you went out to get the burger, and where you were eating it, you were like, huh, this tastes weird. And your brother's like, yeah, it does taste weird. And it's cheap. And he looks outside, sees like a homeless person walking by, and he's like,
oh, yeah,
wait a minute.
It was like talking about the prices, and we saw like a homeless guy just walking around and everything. And he's like, hold on. And then we got the food, and he's just like,
Jim,
what the fuck?
it's people. It's people, Jim.
Yeah, people.
You do like the Jawtron like facial twitches. It's people.
People.
But yes, that's so we're gonna do like a bit of that where we taste the burger or something. Do a review of the burger, human burger.
Just Char West giant fucking burger. And it's only because they put like 18 fucking onion rings in it.
Oh, onion rings
I don't
or
like
onions?
onion rings. Onion rings.
Oh, okay. So
I don't like onions or onion rings, so
I'm
always
okay with
order
them.
mine.
I'm okay with onions. I know about onion rings.
I just don't like the taste, and it's like it. Yeah.
I like the taste when it's combined with other stuff, but I wouldn't eat onions by itself.
Just straight up onion.
Yeah. Or
That's the
onions if it's
second
like the
bit-
main
that's the
taste of a
second bit,
dish.
JD. You just eat an onion like it's a fucking apple.
More like a secondary taste. But yeah, you got any more ideas for the power that we could do?
yeah, you
something
eat,
that we do
you eat an onion like it's an apple.
every day until a new Shrek movie releases?
It's just tears pouring down your face.
Do you not know that YouTube channel?
No. Yes. And I do not support it.
Did I eat an onion every day? Or no, I take a bite out of an onion every day until a new Shrek movie releases.
Yeah, like, come on.
Like, it's not gonna happen, but
I mean, it's happening, but it's like, don't.
Is it happening?
But don't.
Just stop. Don't eat the onion.
No, you don't need to do this. You don't be the
And I like
kid
how
that eats the
it's like a brand new one every time too.
Yeah. And you know his parents are probably like, where the fuck are all the onions going? And then it's like, one day the Discovery Channel,
Where the
like, what
fuck's
are you
the
doing?
onions for my salad?
Ugh. Ugh.
Onions and salad.
Oh no.
Beautiful. Ew, no, stop.
My dad does something gross with onions sometimes when he's making food, and it's fucking disgusting, dude.
What does he do?
He takes like a cheese grater, and then he grates the onion, but it's just pulp. It's just literally just liquid onion pulp at the end, and it's so gross.
That's kind of weird. Yeah.
It's not like it's even like
one of the better
diced up
things
onion.
of the onion is its texture. So yeah, I don't mind the texture that much, like the crunchiness of it.
It's not like diced up. It's just literally just liquefied because he's just shoving it into something, just like grating it. But it's not like cheese where like it grates off.
Yeah,
properly.
it's not like a solid. It's like there's a lot of liquid in
It's like you take
onion.
an orange and you just fucking go at a cheese grater
Yeah.
with it. It's like, what do you expected to get? It's,
Eat up.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Make sure to
what
get
have
your
you
meal
done?
in so we can watch some more Riverdale.
He's now watching a show called Mayor of Easttown. I keep trying to like nudge him into watching Invincible. He's like,
You know, I
Is
don't
that
know
that
what's with, I
animated?
don't know what's with people who watch Riverdale or complain about Riverdale and then coming to and them meeting with me, because I know one of my viewers on my stream for some I never
No.
brought this up, but for some
No.
reason they bring up Riverdale and I'm like, what the fuck? I can never escape it.
You should make that an emote now.
It
Riverdale.
reminds me of the freaking Resident Evil moment where Chris is like, quick things. Miranda's fucking crazy. Is like, and he's like, oh my god, it's the mold. I can never escape it. Instead of mold, it's Riverdale. Oh my god,
it's
Riverdale. I can never escape it.
You're just having flashbacks of me going, Riverdale.
I have flashbacks of you messaging me paragraphs of being like, listen, do you know what Riverdale is?
I'm so pissed off about that. Justice
So good.
League was right there. I had been waiting. I had waited all night because my dad was like, yeah, we'll watch it.
It was right there, right in front of us. We could see it.
I saw it.
We could smell it.
A dream. I
We
was
could
falling.
pretend to be it.
It makes me so annoyed because I was like, it's right there. I can
We
almost-
scheduled this in advance.
We did. I
I
told him,
told
like,
you
we're
a
gonna
week
watch-
before. And you said yes.
Hmm. That's a thing with him though. Like my little sister would be like, "Can I go hang out with my friend?" And he's like, "I'm never telling you this." And I'm like, "Dad, she told you about it like yesterday in the middle of the day." You're like, "Yeah, okay, yeah."
Oh, in that case, yeah.
And then he's like, I don't know. And it's like,
It's like you're trying to trick me.
no.
Maybe it's because your family's full of.
What do I have to gain from this?
Maybe it's because your family's full of compulsive liars, which is why your fathers don't. Your father doesn't believe him.
Brothers, when I was at work, both my brothers were like next to me, and like they were talking and everything. And I brought it up like, I just don't trust you guys because you're like compulsive liars. And Joe had the audacity to fucking look at me and be like, "What?" I'm like,
he's like legitimately surprised, like what? Confused.
And like Franklin hasn't lied to me in like a couple of years.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's been a little too open sometimes. It tells me about some pretty illegal shit. I'm gonna be honest.
Yep. You don't have to bring that up in this podcast.
He just looks me in the face and he's like, "Hey, Jim, you want to see that?" No, he would never said that, but it's basically just pretty like a bit too open. It's like he hasn't lied to me in a while. I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're good, but Joe, you're still in the shit." He's like, when was the last time I lied to you?" I'm like, last week.
You remember last week? No, I don't remember last week.
I do.
Jim, you're imagining all that stuff, man. Like
No,
you're
I'm not.
Dude, what are you talking about, dude? Are you okay? You've been getting enough sleep?
Katie, I swear I'm going the wrong way. I can't read the coordinates. I looked away for 1 second. The coordinates were wrong.
Give me your coordinates.
I know how to read.
What are your coordinates? What are your coordinates? Like, okay, here's my coordinates. It's like, I can't find you. Are you there yet? No, I'm not there. I'm lost.
No. You know what? The first time doesn't count though because you had left the location you told me and you didn't say anything.
Why didn't I gave you a general location?
Yeah,
I said the desert, but there's a giant desert.
And then you were like, "Oh no, I went back."
Yeah, and then I was like, "Oh fuck, whatever. I'll just tell you the coordinates." And then it takes you.
Literally.
I sat there for like 10 minutes, James. After I told you the coordinates, it wasn't that far from the base.
My problem is that you had went back towards where like right next to my house was. After I'd been long past it and everything, and I've like been
no,
looking for a while.
You were not long past it. Because
was
what
long
happened
past
was I remember this clearly. What happened was I was at the place.
No.
You said you went really far, but then I was like, okay, fine. We'll just meet back at your house, okay? And then you were like, fine, whatever. And then you arrived at your house faster than I arrived at your house, and I beelined at your house. So what that tells me is that you didn't actually go that far because you were closer to your house than I was.
I'm just smarter getting back to my own house than you are, JD.
Are you sure? That doesn't make sense to me. What makes more sense is that
Do you have any proof?
You probably, you know what you did? You probably walked off in the direction of the desert. You probably walked off in the direction of the desert for like 2 minutes. You walked in that direction, and then you just stood there for like the next 10 minutes, be like, huh?
I walked for a long time.
Just try to look at your coordinates. And I was like, fuck it, I'll go back to your house. And then you turn around, you see your house, like literally it's loaded into the distance there. And you're like, all right, fine, we'll be back at
I have a small loading distance. I wouldn't be able to see it from the distance.
That's the point, is that it's loaded, it's literally right there, right in front of you.
But no, that isn't the case, and you have no way of proving it, even if it was.
You were like the unintentional compulsive liar, where it's like you tell me things that aren't true, but you believe that they are true, and I legitimately believe that you think they are true.
My favorite thing is that the fucking zombie turning into a drowned literally right in front of me, and you're like, "What are you talking about?" You're like, "I'm like, JD, for once in your life, just believe me."
It's not that one. It's not that one.
I was losing my mind. I literally looked away.
It's not that one. It's the coordinate one where you're like, "Oh, I turned around for a second and I'm in a completely different." That's one.
To break out a crafting table so I can get a new sword.
That's one. Another one was.
He's just standing there, fucking drowned. It's like, I don't know. Come on, man, let's fight. It's like, JD, come help me, come help me. JD,
you're such a.
JD, help.
God damn it! Holy crap! I think there was another time. I forgot. It was like, yeah, it was in the Nether. It was in the Nether. I released the episode already, but it was in the Nether where we were crossing that one like thin bridge that we made back from the Nether
Yep.
fortress, and I was just on it. I was just doing my normal, like I went straight for the bridge, like just dead, no mind.
Is this
And
the
then
one
you
where
were,
it took
yeah.
like 10 minutes to
And then
walk off
I
the
arrive at the
lava?
end of the bridge, and then like halfway through it, you were like, JD, you fucker. And I'm like, huh? What? And I turn around, you're behind me, and you're like, you almost knocked me off.
No,
and I'm
no,
like,
no.
I
That's
was
the
in
thing,
front of you.
'cause
I was in front of you.
On my end, I was in front of you, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, you were next to me, and
Uh-huh.
I was like moving to the left. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because on my side, I literally didn't get moved at all. Like on my screen, I was
know,
not
that's the
affected.
thing that fucked with me is because I knew you didn't do it, and you had no clue.
I
but it
was, I
like-
was so confused. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
It
I was
was
like,
'cause
"Is this
you
a
had no
bit?
clue.
Are you trying to? Are you trying? Is this a bit you're
I
doing?"
knew you had no clue it happened and everything. It was just like peeling my hand. I'm like, you fucker.
No, at first, I think at first you thought that I purposely did
No,
that.
no, that's what I meant. Like
Yeah.
at first, and then like I realized like, oh, it didn't
Only
load in
after
for you.
you were probably like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, I was like, oh, it didn't load in.
So
for
at
him.
first you were like, JD, you fucker, you almost knocked me off into the lobby, and I turn around, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? You were behind me the entire time. I couldn't have not knocked you into the lava, and you were like, no, you knew, and then, like for the next 2 minutes, you were like, you fucker, I knew you were trying to kill, you almost killed me.
This was me post death, and I knew, and I was like in my mind, I was like,
It was
JD
you.
just wants to kill me as many times as he can indirectly.
Yeah, all of
He
this,
wants
you like
to put me
thinking
right
inside
next
your
to his
head.
bag.
All
wants
this,
to
like,
put
oh
me
my
right
god.
next-
He thinks
He
it's
wants to
funny
put-
that I die. He thinks that it's gonna be content. He's trying to
wants to put
purposely
me
kill
right-
me. He's trying to kill me and make it look like an accident.
He wants to put me right next to those magma slimes and throw me down.
He wants to
into
put
the
me
lava.
6 feet under, swimming with the lava fishes.
The fishies.
And meanwhile, on my end, I'm literally like turned brain off. I would walking across this bridge, like no thoughts at all. And then after, I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Watching that video, it's like you're just like, oh, so
Yeah, I was singing. I was like, up a ticket bed. And you're like, JD, you fucker.
oh.
Huh? What?
You know, I was just
Yeah.
thinking about. I don't know if we will be able to do Dungeons and Dragons live because I'm trying to convince Dakari to do it, and Dakari doesn't live in Nevada. He like
Oh,
lives
did he
in like,
move?
yeah, he lives in like Georgia or somewhere. I know it's like a super
Dox
south,
him
so
right now. Put his address on screen.
His ass.
Post.
he lives right here.
Guys, get his ass.
I don't know exactly where, but it's like a super southern place, and it's like really you, the most city person I know.
That's so weird
is
that he
gonna
decided to move
probably,
in
like,
that area.
super fucking.
It does everybody in Georgia kind of sound like this.
Yeah, it's like I was like, you moved to like
What's
one
all
of the
boy when
most
he
racist,
goes to the woo?
like you moved to one of the most racist places in
Yeah,
America.
it's still one of the most like racially freaking tension
Racially sharp.
places. High racial tensions.
I was like, Dakari, why is your family doing this?
Why is your family going to Georgia?
But yeah, I'm trying to convince him to join and everything, and I'm trying to, because I don't think we're gonna be able to get again. I don't think we can get Josh back, and it's like, I want to try and keep it in like inside the friend group this time because I felt like
Sure.
it was like only
Was
one
it
of us
too
knew
it was
Josh.
too uncontrollable, too awkward? Maybe if there's like
Right.
another outside dude.
And I'm gonna be honest, I felt a bit uncomfortable the moment that I got the picture for what the character looked like. I'm like, this little Nazi girl, this little anime Nazi
Wait a
girl.
minit.
And I'm not sure where this
Cancel
is gonna go.
culture's happening right now. Nazi anime lolly. What? that is in fact the character.
That was just me like sitting there looking at my phone at the picture he sent me. I'm like,
Like, huh?
and then
That's,
I sent. Oh man, I felt so awkward sending
What if
that
we
to the
age her
audience.
up a bit? No.
JD, that is a scenario I've considered. I'm like, because this is pretty homebrew, I can just put her in this like hyperbolic time chamber type.
Listen,
of
I don't
video.
want no
and just-
bad blood between me and the internet.
I just.
I want
make
everything
this
to be
character-
smooth.
I can make this character a bit more mature. I can not have to worry about a.
How does
fucking
18
child.
years old sound?
It's like I can make him like 14.
It sounds
or something,
6 years too old.
right? Like this is literally a fucking 8-year-old. This is an 8-year-old running around doing adventures and stuff. I'm like, I gotta be able to do something about this, man.
I
This
have to
isn't
do
right.
something. Wait,
I've
plot twist. You were the one who purposely targeted Tanya to kill her off in the
no, I
campaign.
didn't though. That's the thing. I was
You
so worried
did
about
that, James, you fucker.
JD, that's the thing, is the moment Josh started fucking like saying like, I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast to burn the flowers, it's like, I know that's not how that ability works. But
This is
there
when you
just
became the beta DM, where you were like, I know that's not how that ability works, and I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to step up as DM and be like, no, that's not how Eldritch Blast works. Not in my game.
I sat there and I alone knew there was a lava giant inside that exact mountain.
I love how nobody knew that mountain
like,
housed the demon.
It's something you guys know about until like 8 sessions.
Well, I mean, it's because we took like an hour to climb the mountain.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't supposed to be something you guys do. I was like, you guys were like, hey, you guys got any side quests for me? Like, I don't got any of that shit. I want you to do the main storyline.
Side quest? Oh yeah, it's called the main story.
I want to be honest, I was a little mean for making you guys pay so much gold for healing potions.
Yeah, what the fuck was with that? That's some
was just
bullshit.
thinking,
You know that you know that we're poor. You know that Jimmy Dangle is poor as fuck.
guys
Yet you
are
make the
assholes.
potions unbuyable.
You bully every NPC you meet.
Yeah, asshole. Well, that's why. Because they're fucking. They don't make any sense. We can't get anything from NPCs unless we bully them, James.
Brought you guys to a fucking weapon
We are
shop. so you could
unable to
upgrade
do
your
it,
armor and
James.
stuff.
We
Like,
literally
oh,
have
it's
no
not-
money.
I literally was.
It's because we only did like one combat event encounter. That's why we had no money.
Yeah.
We didn't get any
I was-
money from that.
Like, okay, guys, you go to a blacksmith and here's some stuff that happens. You're like, we rob him immediately.
I'm like-
what? You're like, we knock him out.
I'm like,
We knock out the clerk.
we
lock
have
him
like
in the back
I have
room,
like
and we
15 gold
steal
in my
the
pocket. I have like 11 gold in my pocket from murdering guards.
sword you can't even use.
And then we go into the
He's so
potion
fucking
store and the
so-
potions are like 20 gold each. Like, you shitting me?
Dude, you should be lucky that Clarence didn't ask any money for those.
No,
books
you should be
guys-
lucky that we didn't murder Clarence right away. We did freaking rob and murder him and his family right away.
Bully that poor kid for his speech impediment.
We did not bully him for the speech impediment. We were just trying to egg him on to freaking say the story faster because he was taking too long.
I didn't even get to finish the story either because you guys were just being
The
such
fucking stutter that guy had. He's like, he's beatboxing. I'm like, can you just hurry it up, please? That's all we do. We're like, yo, listen, English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
This is the story of the Prim.
All right. Anyway,
Oh man.
thank you
Can't wait
so
to
much
get
for
back to doing
watching the
that fight.
episode. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. If you like James, his channel will be in the description too. Go check out his
Yeah, it's
podcast.
there.
Cellular Slayer. It's
It's there.
a good podcast. If you like movie podcasts,
Oh,
go
hi,
and check
Mom.
him out. We do this every Sunday.
I think what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna upload the audio versions of my podcast. Just like once we record them, I'll just like go through real quickly. I'll just upload them to Spotify and Apple. And then I'll start working on like the visual stuff instead of like waiting to just upload it all together at the end. Which is I was in the middle of something. I was talking. And I'll fucking kill you, you son of a bitch. Listen.
That's it.
That's it.
Goodbye.
Yeah.